Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are switching it up today and we are tucking those curls away. In today's tutorial, we'll demonstrate how I achieve a sleek top bun on my type 4 hair. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. For starters, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Treasure with a Z, and yes, that's my real name. I literally get asked that all the time. Just think of me as your OG natural hair bestie. And the reason I say OG is because I've been natural for about 15 years at this point. And if you've done anything for 15 years, I feel like you can be considered an OG in it because you know some things. So although I may be new to this screen that you're looking at me on, I'm definitely not new to the natural hair game. Over the past 15 years, me and this bro have been through some things. But we survived the good, the bad, and the ugly. And one thing that I've learned throughout this natural hair journey is time does matter, but we'll touch on that another day. I love sharing tips and tricks that I have learned along my journey, and hopefully it'll help one of you along your journey one day. For reference, this is my hair when I first cut it 15 years ago. And this is my hair when I cut it more recently, about 3 to 4 years ago. Most of the things that I know at year 15, I didn't even know existed at year 1. So I have plenty to share. Now that you know a little bit more about me, let's get into today's material. Here are the 6 things that I need to achieve a sleek look on my hair. Number 1, water. Number 2, a detangling tool. Number 3, a smoothing tool. Number 4, a stronghold gel. Number 5, hair ties and hair clips. And number 6, a scarf. Let's break that down a little more. The level of sleekness that I want directly correlates with the amount of water that I use. If I'm going for super sleek, as in practically molded to my head, like today, then I'm always starting out on soaking wet hair. That's the only way I can get these coils to relax enough to where I can pull them all back and get them all going in the same direction. If I were going for a style where I just needed the perimeter to look sleek, then I would just use a spray bottle. That would be good enough. The illusion of sleekness is created when there are no visible lumps or bumps. So a detangling tool is essential for me. For detangling tools, I like to use the Umbrush as well as the Tangle Teezer. The Umbrush detangles my hair quickly and with ease, and it does not leave me with a headache at the end of the detangling process. With my strands of hair being fairly fine and the bristles on the Tangle Teezer being fairly close together, the Tangle Teezer does a really good job at pulling out those shed hairs that are sometimes left behind in my hair. The Tangle Teezer also does a really good job at sort of smoothing my hair and helping my curls clump back together. And that combination there helps me get a pretty smooth base for my sleek styles. For my smoothing tool, I like to use a bristle brush. For my stronghold gel, I like to use Wetline. Wetline it does something magical with my hair. I don't know what it is, but it clumps my curls together. It holds my hair in place. It sleeks it down. It checks all the boxes for me. So Wetline is always my styler of choice when I am working towards a sleek style. Always use a good hair tie, one that doesn't pull or snag your hair. I don't use what I use. I just use whatever I had in this drawer over here, which was not what I needed, but it was what I had at the time. So that's what we use. Do as I say, not as I do. Use a good hair tie. And the scarf is mandatory. This is not an optional step. This is not left open for debate or discussion, or it is not room for anything in between me and this scarf. This scarf for my sleek style is 1000% mandatory. Now let's talk about the process. I like to work in sections. I detangle each section before I even begin. Detangling each section first helps me maintain control of the situation. Once my hair is fully detangled, then I start moving it in the direction that I want. I do this by placing my hair in a pre-ponytail, which is, yes, exactly what it sounds like, a ponytail before actual ponytail. When my hair is in the pre-ponytail, which is essentially just a looser ponytail, that's when I'll use my gel and my brush to go ahead and smooth and mold my hair into its final resting place on my head. I like to repeat this process across my whole head until all sections are gathered and secured into the ponytail. I did go through and twist up my ponytail, although this has nothing to do with the final results at the end. I simply did that again to help keep things separated and easily manageable for myself. After I twisted up all my ends, I sort of tucked them away, and that's when I applied some additional gel, and I used my brush to go around the perimeter and sort of do the final smoothing before I put on my scarf. The scarf is mandatory for me if I want a sleek look. Since I started off on soaking wet hair, I knew it was going to take a while for my hair to start to dry out, so I left my scarf on for about an hour. That gave the gel time to set as well as my hair time to mold to my head. And it also gave me time to make a snack and put on one of my shows because that's my favorite thing to do. After that hour or so was up, I removed my scarf and it was time to begin forming the bun. Forming the bun was by far the hardest part of this entire style, which is why I chose to focus on the sleekness and not the actual bun. Forming a bun has always been a challenge to me because I feel like my head is uneven. No matter which direction I look at it, no matter how my bun is formed, I still feel like it's not even. So I'll take it down and redo it over and over multiple times, even though it probably looked fine the first time. I think the moral of the story is the bun doesn't have to be perfect. The bun does not have to be perfect. Sometimes when it's not perfect, that's when it looks its best. You just gotta trust the process. I added a second hair tie about 1/4 of the way up my ponytail to sort of give a little more height to my bun as I was beginning to form it. At this time, I still was not even sure what direction I was going with this bun. I didn't know if I wanted a top knot. I didn't know if I wanted a messy bun. I didn't know if I was doing a donut style bun. I had no idea. I was just poking around, testing the water, seeing what would work. But that's really it, guys. That sums up my process to achieve any sleek style. My results are consistent when I follow this process, and I go into sleek styles with confidence. But that was not the case 15 years ago. Let's just say it took me a lot of trial and error to get to this point. Hopefully after watching this video, you don't have to go through as much error as I did. Trial, sure, we're going to be learning. You're going to be experimenting with different tools and product. But the error part, if we can eliminate the error part, well, that concludes today's Curl Chronicles. I hope you all found value in something that I said today. If you have any questions or anything that you would like for me to cover in next week's Curl Chronicles, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you all. I would love to know what you all want to see from me. If there is any way that I can help you along your journey, go ahead and leave that down in the comment section below as well. Also, let me know how far along you are in your natural hair journey. I look forward to hearing from you all, and I hope one day we can grow this to an amazing community filled with lovely people. I want this community to be made up of 2 different groups of people. A group of people that love to share and a group of people that love to learn. A positive, uplifting, love-filled environment is all I want to create. If any of that sounds like your vibe or something that you want to be a part of, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, the bell, all the things, and come back next time and let's see what we can discover together. Thanks for watching.
I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna